Federal investigators looking into the cause of the deadly train crash in Hoboken, New Jersey, haven't questioned the engineer yet. Officials say 48-year-old Thomas Gallagher has been cooperating with authorities, but they held off questioning him because of injuries that he sustained from the crash. Gallagher was operating a New Jersey Transit commuter train Thursday morning when it crashed through a steel and concrete bumper. It plowed into the waiting area at the Hoboken terminal. One person was killed. More than 100 others were injured. CBS News transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave has been following this investigation. Kris, what stage are officials at in this investigation?
Really, you're in the beginning stages. Keep in mind, an NTSB investigation will last up to a year. So we're just a couple of days into what is a very long process here. So it is going slowly, but that's sort of how these things work. I mean, they've been slowed down a little bit because they can't get into the accident scene. Certainly that's not unheard of when these things happen. The first data recorder that they have recovered, they weren't able to read that right away. That's not necessarily a bad sign. It could just be something as simple as the laptop computer they brought has a different software version than the black box, so it just needs to get an update. We understand that they are fairly crash resistant. They're not necessarily as strong as one that you'd seen in an airplane, but investigators seem pretty confident they'll be able to access that. It just, you know, it's taking a little longer than we maybe are used to and maybe would like, but it's early in this investigation.
Kris, is there a sense here in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut transit rails that they just need a massive overhaul and improved technology?
Well, so infrastructure across the U.S. is in need of an upgrade. There is no question. You have parts of the Northeast Corridor between Washington, D.C. and Boston that are over 100 years old.
Wow.
So, yes, across the board, there is a need for investment in new rail technology, particularly PTC. And that's computer technology that can, positive train control they call it, and that can stop or slow a speeding train. There is a mandate in place for railroads to have it. They were supposed to have it installed by the end of 2015. There was an intense lobbying effort to get that pushed back. Congress moved the deadline to at least 2018, in some cases 2020. New Jersey Transit is really just in the very beginning phases of even starting to get this technology in place. So none of their trains have it. In fact, most of the trains that operate in this area do not have it, except for Amtrak on that Northeast region. So that is one place where investigators say, if this technology was here, you are adding a layer of safety that will stop most human error accidents.
What, is it money? Why haven't they upgraded these in 100 years?
Well, so to replace track and bridges is billions of dollars. The price to do positive train control across the entire country is estimated to be around $3.5 billion. If you're New Jersey Transit, you probably don't have $200 million laying around. So the question is, where do you get that, and what do you not buy in order to have positive train control? But you know, it gets to be a harder argument to make when you're looking at somebody is dead, more than 100 people injured from an accident that maybe could have been prevented by having this technology in place.
Any sense when they'll interview the train conductor?
You know, they're hoping to do the conductor, the engineer, and the brakeman on the train, the three crew, as soon as possible. They've been in touch with most of them, so those interviews are happening now. The engineer could happen today or tomorrow. It really depends on sort of where he is in his recovery. Remember, he was injured in the crash.
Kris Van Cleave, who covers transportation for us. Kris, thank you for that update.
Sure thing.
I really appreciate you joining us.